Because the times.
Woke up this morning thinking about
Those summer days.
best friend got caught up when I stayed in Douglasville. I'm doing something I felt by myself. Mama caused me drama and I wanted to leave a better blue. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So before the video gets started, I just want to tell everyone that I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate the support. I just want everyone to know, on this channel, you have the freedom and you have the right to voice your opinion. You don't have to agree with what I say. I don't have to agree with what you say, and it's okay. Because as long as we come to a respect for one another, we all fine. With that being said, let's get into the video. Should Absol be a superstar in rap by now? What happened? Let's get into it. Be sure to like and subscribe. Shout out to my boy. Haha. About to subscribe to him. Yeah.
There's just 1,000,000,003 more of a reason why everybody's scared of me. Cause ain't nobody saying nothing rare to me, just comedy or a parody. They saying we saviors like this ain't dope, we slinging hope. You get expired. We was racing on unicycles, I wouldn't be the one tired.
Herbert Anthony Stevens IV, aka Ab-Soul, born February 23rd, 1987. So there's a hip-hop label called TDE, founded in 2004, Carson, California, that became one of the biggest independent labels in hip-hop throughout the 2010s. It sold over 10 million records just in the US overall and has been the home to some of the brightest young rap stars of that era. Behind acts like Schoolboy Q, J-Rock, SZA, and of course Kendrick Lamar, TDE has been known throughout that span as a place where real hip-hop and music making in general still cares about quality and all artists being true to themselves in presenting art in the form of words and ideas. In rap solely, TDE has been known to have some of the best wordsmen that at one point control the standard for the dying art of lyricism. Ab-Soul is an artist signed to the label, and many from fans and peers alike believe he's the best lyricist of the collective, and rightfully so. I remember first hearing Ab-Soul in a XXL freestyle, and while I've heard the name before, this was the first time I'd really pay attention. I was blown away by how many times I went back to decipher this bar or that bar. Beyond that, his image was something different. Yes, we've seen Eazy-E, and yes, at first glance you could picture the resemblance, and even that in itself was a positive for Soul because Eazy-E easily had one of the best rap images of all time. With enough time in between the two, him being from California, and the story behind how his image was made gave him the first two important steps to becoming a successful rapper. He rapped almost flawlessly, and he looked the part. Around 2013, TDE couldn't have had a bigger buzz. Kendrick Lamar was the hottest young name in hip-hop. Schoolboy Q was gearing to go on his run with back-to-back Grammy-nominated albums, as well as J-Rock picking up Grammy nominations for his work on Kendrick's debut. In the midst of all that, there was Ab-Soul. Behind a wall in everyone's mind, outside his core fans, waiting for him to do something substantial in the game. Something that warranted that feeling I had hearing and seeing him on screen and expecting his career to be nothing but spectacular. Don't get me wrong, Ab-Soul is respected in hip-hop and in many parts of the world, yet it still feels as though something is missing. Like at some point, effort to capitalize on his potential fell short, and today he's in a space his ceiling couldn't be lower. 3 reasons Ab-Soul's growth was stunted when he should have easily been a superstar. Let's talk about it. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music. Let's get it, man.
What does it mean to be a featherless, two-legged, linguistically conscious creature born between urine and feces, whose body will soon be the culinary delight of terrestrial worms. That's what philosophy is all about.
This dude's good though. I like it. I like this video so far.
Ab-Soul is an artist that happens to rap from Carson, California. He moved back to the US at 4, leaving Germany where his father was stationed on military duty. At 10 years old, he caught a rare virus called Steven Johnson syndrome. It made his eye light sensitive and caused trouble with his skin. The syndrome was the reason he stopped playing one of his first sports, basketball, and the reason you rarely see him shadeless today. He began to take rap seriously around 15 years old after finding an online community that freestyles all through written text back and forth. While his parents always had more traditional expectations for him than rap, he decided he wasn't going to be like the countless rappers coming through his family-owned record store, soliciting but never got on. The movie Dreamgirls helped him find his rap name that means absolute, shortened to Ab-Soul, as he felt the word perfectly described him as an artist. Stunt number 1, surprisingly, he's not marketable. Remember when I said earlier that Ab-Soul had one of the best rap images in the game when he first arrived? That it easily worked marketing-wise because of the similarities but differences to Eazy-E? Well, none of that worked out for Ab-Soul for whatever reasons. One speculation is that I believe Ab-Soul is too enigmatic. It's one thing to stay away from the media much or not participate in social avenues to create a certain mysteriousness about you, but it seems as though he's taken that a little too serious over his career, and it hasn't helped him grow his fan base or keep the few he has satisfied enough to stick around and wait. Speaking of fan base, his last album sold 8,000 copies first week. The one before that, little over 20,000. The one before that, that's considered his most revered work, not even 6,000 copies first week. What's the disconnect? The disconnect is exactly that. No one is really connected enough to know what's going on with the Carson rapper. Moving into this new age we've been in and diving deeper since the last 5 years of everything in entertainment resting on the image you are able to sell on the internet, if Ab-Soul had trouble selling in the early 2010s, he doesn't stand a chance going forward. Just a quick example, I looked at Kendrick Lamar's YouTube and noticed, well, he has one. Schoolboy Q, he has one. J-Rock, he has one too. In fact, every artist not named Ab-Soul in today's day and age has their own YouTube. Like, who doesn't, right? Ab-Soul. Why doesn't he have his own space where people can consume his art? A place solely promoting him. Instagram, 5 photos or less. Outside random features here and there, a hip-hop fan newly introduced in the last 5 years may ask what even is an Ab-Soul? Does he not have a story? Does he not interview well or have charismatic things to say? No, I don't believe any of that to be true. I just think Ab-Soul's personality is what it's shown, in his own world and to himself. Unfortunately, marketing that further than underground praise won't be easy. Some say he smokes too much and that hinders him from putting himself out there more, but I disagree. Soulja Boy is smoked out too, bruh. Stunt number 2, maybe he's too complex. Another potential reason Ab-Soul failed to connect to the masses, like I think he easily could have, is because the masses aren't in it for the complex. When hip-hop heads hear a name like Ab-Soul, sure they perk up in excitement knowing the level of rap they're getting, filled with double entendres, triples, and flows you enjoy running back to learn the true meaning of what he just said. But the masses that want to dance and move along at the club, or jump up and down and share energy, or hear relatable stories sandwiched in billboard-worthy hooks won't get that from an Ab-Soul project. Hence the reason he's never been able to sell like many thought he could. There's artists like label mate Kendrick Lamar that have found the sweet spot where you could be lyrical and still be entertaining. No one's more lyrical than Eminem, but his songs are still wildly digestible.
Yeah, they
Lupe
are.
Fiasco had an interesting song called Dumb It Down, which addressed this exact thing. The fork in the road for a lyricist where they have to decide what's worth more. Be complex and be respected underground as a lyricist, or dumb it down and sell records. Ab-Soul seemed to have chose respect over fame, and I don't blame him for it. It did hurt his growth though. Stunt number 3, being signed to TDE. When I think about Ab-Soul, one thing that's always in the back of my mind is the thought of him never being on TDE in the first place, and instead he came out all by himself like a rapper being found on YouTube or through SoundCloud. Anywhere but TDE. Although the brand of quality over quantity fits Ab-Soul and everything over there seems great and family ran, he's been overly overshadowed on TDE, and it only creates expectations he just can't meet for all the reasons mentioned before. When many think about TDE, they only really think about Kendrick Lamar. Schoolboy Q had such an infectious personality and vibe about him that he managed to bypass that and build a solid resume as an artist on the label on his own. But outside those two as rappers, no one else is ever going to come close to the success Kendrick alone has had and what Schoolboy could have continued to have. Ab-Soul coming out on his own would have been its own thing people could follow, not some replacement for when Kendrick isn't rapping. His own glow. Being on TDE helped him early, but with his personality, he needs all the attention he can get. He's at the point now, if a song drops without Kendrick, not many really care. I don't think that happens had he not been on TDE in the first place. All in all, Ab-Soul still has respect. He's definitely a dope artist that's underappreciated really. He couldn't help the outer-worldly success Kendrick had or Schoolboy Q blowing up on a label he met Ab on, but he could help reconnect himself to the new age. According to label head Punch though, connection may be the last thing Ab-Soul wants. Salute to him, much respect, but for these reasons, his growth was stunted. It's your boy JC, Stunted Growth Music, and I'm out.
Man, I feel like Ab-Soul, he could have been a superstar right now. He could have been up there with Kendrick Lamar. But like he said, he's stunning his growth. I don't know that much about Ab-Soul. I heard some of his old music, but I heard it on Kendrick Lamar, C4. Yeah. Album Menace. And it sucks, bro, because you wish there's so many rappers, there's so many this, so many that, people that stop their own growth because of things they're going through, things that they're like, nah, I don't like. MF Doom. He could have been a major success, but his whole image, he's a villain. Villains don't be in front of cameras. Villains do their own thing. So it's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Even Earl Sweatshirt, you could kind of say, but Earl Sweatshirt always came, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna lie, Earl Sweatshirt always had that thing about him that made him unique. He always standed out, so I can't even say that. I don't know no other rappers. But, like, I just hate that rappers with potential don't keep going. And, like, just keep throwing themselves out there. Say, fuck it, just throw themselves out there. Like, me, I throw myself out there. I'm slowly growing, but, yeah. It's just one of those things. What y'all think? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the description. Oh my God, I keep saying that every video oh my God. Okay. In the comments below, tell me what y'all think. Tell me what y'all think about this. Should Ab-Soul be a superstar by now? Yes, no, maybe. What y'all think? By the way, shout out to my boy Stunning Growth at Music. Much respect, dog. Much respect. That being said, stay tuned to the next video and peace.
You understand? Because the times.
Woke up this morning thinking about
Those summer days.
best friend got caught up when I stayed in Douglasville. Doing it from myself, by myself. Mama caused me drama and I wanted